back to Gamer's House Loft. Come in, kick back, relax, and listen to me ramble. AI, the lovely invention of mad scientists of the future and our future overlords. But seriously, AI is getting more and more advanced the longer we try to use it. We have Bigfoot bloggers, we have increasingly dark humor jokes, and also AI art. Ugh. But some people are now using it for an excuse to be lazy for D&D. Who would have thought having access to ChatGPT and AI art would give rise to people using it for basic communication and data entry? Today I have a couple short stories about the use of AI art from all things from asking if AI art is okay for sessions before the real session starts. Then we also have people using it to fill out applications, and also a DM using AI to fill out an entire play-by-post session. Yay! But with that being said, I would like to thank again W for the sponsor, and I would like to thank you all again for coming to my loft. Come in, kick back, relax, listen to me ramble. W prides itself back to the video. The first story we have is from RPG Horror Stories, from user Nile Jack and Jimmy. My new DM uses ChatGPT for everything. I'm in a sci-fi campaign. Started pretty simple. They sent a document explaining the lore to me and was very clearly an edited ChatGPT response. I didn't really mind at first. I'm a longtime DM, so I know how hard it can be to come up with your lore in a coherent way, and the fact that they had it edited it made it a little less of a red flag. I joked about it in session 0, and they brushed it off. Then, the first session, they revealed that our spaceship would have an AI that was just ChatGPT and text-to-speech. I thought it was kind of cool at first, if a little lazy, but then, when we actually got into the session, I noticed that they type as the players spoke, take a 20-second pause, and then read something from the screen. Every single response from them was ChatGPT. They would question what they were really reading as they read it out loud, as if they even hadn't proofread it before the beginning. Should I leave? I know I've only done one session so far, but to me it's unbelievably a red flag. Why even become a DM if you're going to let ChatGPT do all the work? Edit, just for clarification, it's not just the descriptions of the AI, it's NPC dialogue too. We'll say something to an NPC, they would take up to 20 seconds to respond and ask us to talk amongst ourselves while we wait because they're typing out a response in. So, OP is right. Having the DM, 1, take time away from the session to make you guys talk amongst yourselves while he types in your response to ChatGPT means that he cannot think of clever dialogue on the spot and also doesn't want to, which is very upsetting. And also, that's a good question. Why are you a DM if you don't want to think of things like that? This next story comes from D&D Horror Stories, from the OP Mirandal. My DM is using AI. #SadRant. What's the problem, you ask? The problem is the style. This is a play-by-post game. Most people do it for the story, for the writing itself. It's collectively writing a book with your character in it. Style is everything here. Style and personal touch, when every post is from the human to another. But our DM has decided to feed our post to an AI and let it creatively interpret the outcome. The result is always the most verbose, flowery, and overly elaborate mess imaginable. Just figuring out who did what requires translating it back into plain language. The posts are painful to even look at. I do not condemn AI usage. It can be helpful in so many ways, beginning with quick rule checks or finding particulars about the world and characters. I could even overlook things like dialogue lines being reassigned to the wrong characters or playing for our characters, but giving them some extra actions and conversations. Even the fact that we, the players, put our effort into our post while he uses AI to reply can be tolerated, since the alternative would be him just quoting our post as a recap, which I am not fond of either, but that unreadable AI writing style is killing me. I'm not asking for advice, just venting. The pain is obviously self-inflicted, and it's in my power to stop it. I did talk to the DM, but he's so proud of his writing that he doesn't even see a flaw in it. He also thinks it makes our collective book better. There's no convincing him otherwise. I'm still in the group out of more obligation and because I enjoy interacting with the other players, but with every new post from the DM, I'm getting closer to quitting. And again, another time I agree with the OP. There's nothing wrong, again, with using AI for what they said, rule checks, other things like that, but how the DM is going is putting everything together again to make an AI make sense of everybody's wording together into one elaborate paragraph that just ends up being auto-corrected to the ends of the earth and back to where it's illegible and non-comprehensible to what the person who wrote it said. They wrote it. Let them have the post how they wrote it. It's not hard. It's not hard whatsoever. Leave the things alone. You can use ChatGPT for your own responses if you want to, or not. But there's no reason for every single response for every single action you guys are doing to be put into AI and make a jumbled mess of a paragraph. Leave it alone. You guys are played by post. It's meant to be read as it's posted, not a giant recap. This last story is from RPG Horror Stories by the Redditor Earth Sephra Edna. I played in a game wherein the GM's responses both in and out of character were almost all AI generated, effusive praise and purple prose. And before we get into the actual post, I do want to say that I took myself, not long at all, to put the responses this DM gave into a text-to-speech monitor so it could read out for you. Not because I'm being lazy, but that's how it's read, and it makes it a lot easier and better to read that way. So I'm going to, once the things go and you get to the actual paragraphs that are ChatGPT made, you will hear my friend, David. Last April, I signed up for a one-on-one Planescape game. The GM's responses were strange from the start. It quickly became clear that the GM was using AI for nearly all of their messages. For example, the GM asked me in a stilted way what I liked about Planescape and what sort of character I liked to play. I said that I liked the setting's take on Samsara, and that I was interested in playing a proxy of the god like Corleone, Izanami, or Shengdi, trying to collect memories of their past lives as a personal mission. Alright, David, take it away!
Thank you so much for that beautiful reply. I really loved reading it. It gave me a strong sense of the kinds of stories and themes that resonate with you. The way you describe the Great Wheel's take on Sasra is so vivid, the idea of a soul evolving through dazzling forms while longing for traces of who they once were really stuck with me. I especially loved your examples, like lovers searching for each other across lifetimes, or sparing the descendants of a forgotten self. There's so much room there for wonder, sorrow, beauty, and transformation. Your concept, a proxy of a god trying to uncover their original mortal identity, feels incredibly rich. I'm already imagining a story filled with emotional tension and mythic echoes. And the gods you mentioned, Corellon, Izanagi, and Izanami, Shangdi, all carry a sense of elegance, duality, and cosmic artistry. They make me wonder what kind of divine ideals your character embodies now, and how that might contrast with who they used to be.
I asked about what gods they liked in turn.
And to answer your question about which gods I like, I think the two divine figures I'm most drawn to right now are the Lady of Pain, though it is unclear if she can be considered a god IIRC, and Hanali Selenal, though they speak to very different parts of me. The Lady of Pain fascinates me not because I understand her, but precisely because I don't. There's something so powerful in her silence, in the way she refuses to be known, worshipped, or possessed. She feels like a living embodiment of boundaries and mystery, something sovereign and masked, moving through the city like a blade of inevitability. I think part of me relates to that feeling of observing from the edges, withholding, protecting one's center. She's not exactly a comforting presence, but she has gravity. Then there's Hanali Selenal, who feels like the complete opposite, warm, emotive, luminous. She embodies the kind of beauty that breaks your heart a little. The art that makes you cry. The kind of love that transforms you because it touches the deepest, most fragile parts of you. I think I'm drawn to her because I tend to crave that kind of emotional reciprocity and intimacy in real life, and because I often find myself navigating longing, tenderness, and romantic idealism. She's like the divine face of that ick. So yeah, one goddess who represents the sharp beauty of distance and inscrutability, and another who represents the soft beauty of closeness and surrender. They both feel true in different ways, and I like that contrast.
In-game responses were not much better.
The universe whispers truths to those who sleep, and in those quiet moments, even celestial beings may glimpse fragments hidden from waking eyes. Oriones drifts through a dream woven of soft colors and delicate sound, an endless landscape blooming in hues she has no mortal names for, golden mists gently curling around fields of silvery flowers swaying under a warm, unseen sun. In this place, everything breathes beauty, resonating perfectly with her heart, her purpose. Each petal, each shimmering droplet of dew is familiar, like verses in a hymn she once knew by heart. Yet something subtle disturbs the peace, like a shadow fluttering at the edge of vision, vanishing the instant she turns to look. Her celestial instincts sense its difference, its alien quality amid perfection. A silhouette perhaps, spectral and dim, cloaked in melancholy that tastes strangely mortal, yearning, loss, decay. It watches from afar, drawing neither nearer nor farther, as though suspended at the threshold of memory.
This is only 35% or so of a much longer message. Never figured out why. The GM promptly ghosted me. So, that was the end of that one. And oh my god, can you not think of one original thing as the DM to say to somebody? You ask this person what they want for a one-on-one game, and you're not even one-on-one with them. You put in all of your thoughts to a ChatGPT, so that way everything comes out of that, which is a giant word vomit type post, you give to them. You want them to read paragraphs upon paragraphs so they can post on that. When you don't have time, I guess, to think of clever things to say about what you want, when they spent probably, 15 minutes max on the definitions that they asked for, you spent the same time, if not less, putting this prompt that you had in your head into ChatGPT so they could word vomit out in a giant paragraph that didn't need to be there. Why? If you don't want to be a DM, or are not creative to be a DM, just don't. If you don't think you have the creative capacity to be a DM, talk to people. Talk to other DMs. If you know other DMs, talk to them. Search out what you could do to do better. That is the biggest thing you can do. Hell, like I said when I first started this channel, I am not a veteran DM. I've only DM'd maybe 2 games my entire life, and that was 2 actual only sessions. I've never been longer of a DM longer than 5 sessions of a single campaign that I made myself. And even that was word vomit from my brain, not from ChatGPT. You guys have to understand that these people, us, the consumers of D&D and things like that, want to have creative freedom for everything, including what you put for us. If you can't have the time, or don't have the time, or don't want to put in the effort of doing this, then don't do it. You are wasting people's time because you are lazy. So, what do you guys think? Am I wrong? Am I right? Go ahead and put in the comments what you guys think and your thoughts about AI in D&D. My personal take is that AI can exist, but it doesn't have to be the only thing you do. ChatGPT and stuff like that is for a helpful tool only, not what you have to do or what's the only thing you can use to put your creative outlet out there. Use your guys' instincts, your imagination. The whole reason we play D&D and all these other types of tabletop games is by using your imagination and making a story together as a collective. Not that second story, not putting everybody's responses into one giant word jumble Scrabble thing. Everybody's work and imagination together. There is no way that you should ever not use your creative visions. With all that being said, I would like to thank David for putting in his time, I guess. We might see more of him, I'm not for certain yet. But thank you, David, for your support and your help. And also thank you, Debbie, for your sponsor, like always. But again, closing remarks of this entire story arc that we had. AI can be used for good. Doesn't have to be evil. We don't have to go Terminator. We already saw what happens there. But AI is not the go-all be-all of creative word vomit. But go ahead and put your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed what you see, go ahead and leave a like. If you guys want to see more of my videos, go ahead and hit subscribe and that notification bell to keep updated on my newest videos. And I'll see everybody later. Oh, and one more thing. If you guys also check in my description, I also have a TikTok as well. If you guys want sneak peeks of newer videos coming out, go ahead and check out there. Alright guys, again, I'd like to thank you all for coming. Please enjoy my loft, be safe, be healthy, and enjoy my forest hovel. Thank you guys.